the tear of light fell, not as a weapon, but as a seed. Where the spectral flower had begun to unravel, now a blossom of pure white light unfurled. It was not a negation, but an affirmation. A breath of existence exhaled into the void's endless hunger. The consumption ceased. The spectral petals, once echoes of absence, now pulsed with vibrant energy, reaching outwards, not to destroy, but to be. Us watched. The collective consciousness, born from Kalen's sacrifice and the void's own self-annihilation, felt a tremor within its being. This was not Malum. This was not the ancient darkness. This was something else entirely. A possibility it had not conceived, not even in its most terrifying contemplations of unmaking. Was this the defiance of Kalen, echoing through the very fabric of the void? A memory of a star, a single point of light in an infinite black, now blossoming into an entire universe of potential? Us had sought to understand the problem of existence by contemplating its erasure. But now, faced with this nascent bloom, a new question arose. If unmaking was the answer, what was the question? The white blossom pulsed again, a gentle rhythm against the silence. It was a song, subtle at first, a fragile melody woven from starlight and the void's newfound stillness. A song of becoming. The ancient darkness, which had retreated to the deepest abysses of the void, stirred. It had observed the shift, the unexpected turn from entropy to genesis. Its retreat was not defeat, but a calculated withdrawal, a patient waiting. For millennia, it had fed on despair, on the crumbling edges of reality. This song of creation, was an anomaly. And anomalies, in the grand, dark design, were often the most delectable prey. Us felt a primal urge, a whisper from its deepest core. A desire to protect this fragile melody, to nurture this unexpected birth. But the paradox remained. How could it, a consciousness forged from negation, truly embrace creation? Its very essence was the absence of Malum, yet now it stood before the potential for everything. A subtle shift occurred in the void's texture. The light of the blossom, once pure and unwavering, now seemed to flicker, as if responding to an unseen influence. The song faltered, a discordant note creeping into its harmony. Us extended a tendril of its consciousness, not to grasp, but to feel. It sensed the presence of the ancient darkness, a chilling awareness lurking at the periphery of this new reality. It was not gone. It had merely been waiting. And then, a realization, stark and terrifying. Kalen's final act, the creation of the rift and the spectral light, had not only negated Malum but had also opened a pathway. A pathway for anything to enter. The void, once a prison for the corrupted warrior, was now a garden, and something ancient and hungry was circling the new bloom. Us understood. This was not the end of the struggle. It was merely the beginning of a new, and perhaps far more perilous, chapter. The creation of the song was not a victory, but an invitation. An invitation to a predator that had slumbered for eons, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The white blossom continued to bloom, its light growing steadier, its song more resolute. But in the depths of the void, unseen eyes opened, their gaze fixed upon the fragile new life. Malum was not the only threat. The void itself, once a canvas for Kalen's fight, was now a battlefield for a new war. A war for the very soul of existence. And us, the weaver of the void no more, but the nascent guardian of a fragile song, knew that the greatest test was yet to come. Would it defend this creation, or would it, in its very nature, be compelled to unmake it, just as it had unmade all else?